Jason in London, I'm going to go ahead and start this by showing you the footwork patterns that we have introduced in preparation for the tournament in October. This is an open stance double pivot, and what it is one of the 4 footwork patterns on each side of the body. You're going to see on the top right part of the screen here, Zach Garner, who I played since he was 7 years old. He got quite good, top 300 in the world juniors, and he played in the Australian Open in 2017. In the picture, he's probably 22 years old, and amazing footwork patterns. We spent a lot of time on it. So what I did is showing London on the bottom doing the same footwork patterns, and I can kind of just show them rolling off here a little bit. And the videos on the top and the bottom left are right side shots, and on the left side are left side shots, of which I did both one-handed backhand, left-handed backhands for London, and you'll see the same thing with Zach. So I'm going to go and roll this a little bit. It's just going to kind of get a little busy here, but I want you to watch. You can see Zach on the top. He's doing those double pivots. We just introduced these pretty high-level footwork patterns to London, and we got Zach going on the top over here, and we're going to go ahead and stop it. And you're going to see when Zach loads up over here, right there, you can see how wide base he is, really wide. And we're going to go ahead and clear that. And let's roll it some more. And you'll see when Zach loads up. And when London loads up, she's a little bit too pulling off to the inside leg too much. Well, you'll see Zach is more on his outside leg more. And so without getting too in depth with it, Zach's more on his outside leg. Sorry. His outside legs, and London, when she's starting to pull, is already on her inside leg, which means she's not getting her hips through, and it's going to affect the contact point, which is what I want to show you right now. So when we go ahead and go through this, when we look at London's contact point, even though we've worked on getting it in front, we have changed the backswing, and that was the biggest improvement in the last several weeks, is shortening up that backswing. So now it's time to go from the load to the contact point to the finish. And so now we're working on the footwork patterns to do that. So this open stance pivot, you can see on the right top of the screen where Zach is here. And the left, which would be London's two-handed backhand in the future, because she's got to be lefty on her backhand side. You're going to see how Zach really uses his hips to come through to contact, and he's pulling from his right outside leg. And you can see on London, she's actually pulling from her left leg. So she's not really using her hips coming through. So that's what we're going to get better at. It'll take me 3 weeks to get her better at that. She's got 2.5, months to get ready for this tournament, so we're going to be in good shape. But that's the first thing. The second thing is when she's pulling to the ball on both sides, I want you to watch her follow through. And we're going to work on her ball striking right there. I'm going to clear it, make it bigger so you can see it. And you can see her rackets opening up. She should be covering and turning the ball over at that point and then bringing it back. So she's kind of slopping at it still. That's something she's been doing for a long time, but we're definitely gonna fix that. So when we go forward on it, you can see it opening up right there. See the racket open on both sides? So that means that ball is gonna fly and spray. She's not covering it, she's not controlling the ball, she's not biting on the ball. And then when she pulls across her body, you can see that her elbow, and again, this is part of the swing pattern that I need to also fix, is right there. And you'll notice on Zach, his elbow is on the inside more and back. So the three things that we are going to work on is, and I'm going to roll this a little more, is her load up will change for this double open stance, double pivot. And we're going to get her down lower. You can see how low Zach is with his legs. You can see how low he is. And you can see London's legs are pretty straight. So that's causing a lot of problems from being grounded and pushing from the ground up and getting her hips through. So we're going to fix that in time. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. The other thing is from the load, the weight transfer needs to go right to left leg on the right screen, or the left screen, and left to right on the right screen. So you can see she's going right to left, almost like she's hitting a closed stance. Now this open stance double pivot is for balls that are hit really hard. She's going to play 14s, and she's got to learn this double pivot, and I'm going to help her to do that. So that's the thing. She's pulling into her front leg, which means her left hip's going to lock up, and that's why that racket's opening up like that. Where you can see Zach on the top screen, he is all the way in the inside, and she still hasn't covered the ball and brought her elbow, her hips through, and her shoulders around. She's actually way too open. So, and I'll clear that, roll it again. We can go ahead and see that. So that's the open stance. Her backswings improve. We're going to work on her ball striking, her footwork pattern, and her finish. So I'm just going to have you watch it now. And she has better balance. That's one of the things we've gotten better at. We've fixed her backswing. So good job on that, London. I know I'm talking here a lot, but there's a lot to this. And we'll get this footwork pattern. This is 1 of 4. This is an open stance double pivot. Both left and right leg on both sides are pulling from the hip from one leg to the other. And these are really made for balls that are hit hard and deep. And I'll have London go ahead and do it. And you can see that racket head opening up at contact, and she's not getting that elbow and shoulder covering the ball and bringing it to the back fence behind her as much. She's almost using her wrist to do it. So that's something we'll fix, but her balance is getting better, so we've worked on that for the last 4 weeks. But now we're going to get her footwork pattern, her swing patterns better, and her targeting better. So I hope that helps you guys. London, keep up the good work. We'll see you Monday over at my place.